Okay, so clearly, as you know, the stream title, and even the pre-stream indicated, even though I completely forgot to save the correct fucking like music track. But I am officially putting the kibosh on me ever continuing Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles on stream. And possibly even in my off time for the foreseeable future. I mean, whatever. Like, it's not the worst game ever, but it's like, I cannot deny I found it very difficult to get into what it has going, just with all like the slow mediocrity that it is covered in. Now tonight, I actually want to show off a good fucking light gun game.
Ghost Squad.
Hell yes. And also my claim of it being the superior 2007 home light gun game of choice is apt in this case because, I mean, obviously Umbrella Chronicles came out that year, but also on PS3, Time Crisis 4 got its, like, home console port on PS3. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's Time Crisis, it's still good, but, like, I've always had my particular gripes with how that series always designed itself. That, like, that no matter what, even in the best of entries, I am like, you know, this still doesn't hold a candle to what Sega's got. It just doesn't. It's close, though. It's still well cut above literally any other attempt. I mean, look at what we're playing. This was made by AM2. This is how you know. Like, this game is pure fucking gold.
Ghost Squad.
Alright, so Ghost Squad, where do we even fucking begin? Holy shit. So, I mean, 2004 light gun game in arcades, got a port to the Wii 3 years later because the best part about this entire system's existence is that the motion controls, and specifically the IR pointer, is basically what gave like the real last gasp of relevancy to this genre, I would say. And also just highlighting right here, you know, you got different control options based on what you got, whether it's just the Wii Remote, the Nunchuck, or even if you got the Wii Zapper peripheral, which I do have. However, I am deliberately not using that control method, but I am instead using the Type 3, the Nunchuck-specific configuration. And the reason for that is simple. It's entirely because of how the Wii Zapper is designed and the fact that, like, I have been desperately needing to get like a different gun shell than the pistol looking ones that I had for a while, because like the throw on like the triggers and like the spring mechanism it had, and like the shape and feel of like the plastic on the grip was starting to hurt my hands after a while. So I thought maybe now is the time to reconsider the Wii Zapper, because I had used it back in the day. Like, I got it, and I still have, like, a copy of Link's crossbow training, physically, as proof that I ever owned this thing. And it was like, it worked, but I was always thrown off by, like, the fucking shape that they went with, because you look at it, like, you assume, based on the shape, that it's something akin to, like, a submachine gun type of thing. And yet, like, where you put the Wii Remote, which is where you'd expect, like, B to be mapped to fire the weapon, is now assigned to a trigger that's on what looks like the foregrip. So that always threw me off. And I was like, I'd rather have something with, like, a better spring mechanism on the trigger and looked more like the type of light gun silhouette that you would see in an arcade game. On like, a cabinet, specifically. But whatever. I'm 29 and my hands are already starting to get old in some ways that I'm like, yeah, I'll go back to this weird funky looking shell, because at least I know the trigger will have a shorter throw and be lighter to press. And like, this save file right here, I think is proof of that, because, like, after I got this shell, I just kept playing and playing this fucking game until I got player level 99. So with the nunchuck controls, that means that with the shape of the zapper, this actually makes it most equivalent to how it would be if you were to, like, hold the Ghost Squad game's, like, actual arcade controller. Meanwhile, I was asked by a family member if I wanted to collect my dad's old .257 Roberts, but I declined because I'd never have the opportunity to use it. That's a shame. Yeah. But with the zapper, it's like, basically, since the nunchuck is always behind, having Z set to fire makes sense. The fire selector is mapped to the control stick, which, I mean, like, admittedly, it's facing, like, up and on the back instead of to the side like it is on the actual controller, but it's close enough. And then that leaves the B trigger for, you know, the action button, which is used much rarely than firing, and I think that's ultimately better because I can sure as hell hit the Z button for rapid fire a lot faster than this B trigger. Got a lot of costumes to choose from. 257 said neck down. 7.92 by 57 miles or so. It's designed to one-shot moves via velocity. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty fucking powerful. Alright. So, like, with how I'm showing off this game, because it is an arcade game, like, a single playthrough of this lasts about half an hour. I am going to be showing multiple playthroughs off in various different ways. Because what this game does well is, like, so many things it does well that, like, I correlate with, like, why this is the best light gun game ever made. And the only downside of this port is that it runs at 30 FPS instead of 60. So, we have 3 missions, you can select them in any order, and you can, like, adjust the difficulty level. You have to unlock each level by completing the previous one. And naturally, like, the highest is 16, and I've beaten this game on all 16 difficulty levels, which is no small feat.
Mission 1.
So the key things, in the interest of fairness, we're going to show off what it's like at the very beginning for most people. Level 1, starting weapon, outfit, that sort of thing. Also, this is a Sega arcade game. Be ready for some delightfully cheesy voice acting.
Alpha Blue. All teams are in position. Launching operation.
I just want to let you know that, like, by nature of how this genre usually goes, us being a squad that's designed to leave no traces behind is the boldest fucking lie, because we're shooting this place to hell.
Oh no, what happened? We've got company.
Yeah. Leaves a villa full of corpses behind. That is exactly what we are going to do, good sir. Got choices of, like, routes we can go. Gonna go disable a time bomb up ahead. Like, our rifle's pretty good just because it has, like, 3 different firing modes assigned to it. Like, as described at the start. Oh, that's bullshit. The leg was actually blocking me. But yeah, besides shooting, naturally, we also have this action button for special contextual events. I mean, that was easy. 15 seconds was more than enough, but trust me, when you get to level 16, that becomes 3 seconds. It's an XM, so fish gun. Yeah, sure does look like a fish. And you can tell as well that I have played this game, well, so much. Sorry for, like, shooting that hostage, because I rarely go down this route, but the fact that I am getting all these quick shots is signs that, like, I know damn well enough about this game that I can shoot enemies right at the moment that they are going to come on screen and get, like, and get points for it.
Entrance clear.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, I feel bad that I screwed up my aim and accidentally killed, like, one of the civilians that was in here. And also having to get used to, again, the fact that I do not have any, like weapons that can pierce through targets. Supposed to leave no trace. That includes civilian witnesses. I guess that's technically true. And that crosshair, you don't want that enemy to live as soon as it shows, because that means they are about to hit you.
Don't let them leave alive.
It's pretty much like a faster version of, like, the sort of danger sight that Virtua Cop pioneered.
Stand still.
You know, like, if you recall that game, like, you know, like, every time an enemy showed up on screen, there was like a crosshair sight that showed up, and the two lines on the circle would, like, close on each other, and once that happened, they would that would signify that they were going to attack. And here, it's naturally a lot faster, because it's like you basically have only, like, 1 second to react to it as opposed to 3.
The enemies are still around. Defeat them.
Let's mix in some full auto since we got 150 bullets. The nice thing about using full auto on this gun is that we literally do not need to reload.
Restaurant area clear. We have the hostages. Calling for rescue unit.
We received a transmission from the terrorists.
Yep. Kill the terrorists, handcuff the hostages, get out of there.
The suspect, Alex Havoc. He's on the international wanted list. Caution. Attack the enemy using this.
In fact, I gotta say, actually, speaking of, like, stuff that has, like, lineage with, Shit, I'm actually... Well, that was the worst sniper segment I could have done. Like, because I was trying to get started on another thought, but I was like, hold on, I should probably concentrate. Ah, damn it. There we go.
Searching all rooms.
Oh yeah, what was I was actually gonna say? Oh yeah, it was like, as far as I guess lineage with this game, if you could call it that, considering this is going by like the sort of school of light gun shooter design as pioneered by AM2, because before this naturally was the Virtua Cop series, which fantastic games. In between Virtua Cop 2 and 3, while not developed by AM2 specifically, it definitely felt adjacent. A little game called Confidential Mission, in which someone at Sega was like, we want to make a Bond game, but we don't have the Bond license, so we're just gonna make our own like arcade shooter with like a nondescript Bond lookalike.
Has been discovered near the hotel. We'll open the door from here. Neutralize the enemy.
Okay. And with Confidential Mission, like, what it had going for it, were, like, it was, like, the sort of introduction to light gun games, the idea of having basically almost QTE-like segments where it's like you get a, much like how Covert Operations was created, Kasuda 51. True. Kinda, yeah. Well, I mean, that, in Confidential Mission's case, I feel like that's more conjecture on my part, because if you look at the main character, he looks like the most he looks like the most generic, like, AI-generated version of a James Bond archetype character that you could come up with. But in Confidential Mission, you would have, like, contextual segments where it was like, shoot the couplings on a train car, things like that. Then have to do it within a set amount of seconds, which then gets carried over into Virtua Cop 3. And then we have Ghost Squad, which serves as the ultimate culmination of this, because it results in there being a lot more, like, side activities the game throws at you that go beyond just solving the problem with a gun. You know? Like, we defuse the bomb, stuff like that. There's also segments we can go through where we have to rescue hostages by actively handcuffing them. And then we got this, where we got a fucking helicopter that can only be downed if we hit it with some lock-on missiles. Note that if any of our teammates die during this, it is completely okay. Like, what matters most in this case is that, you know, we finish it off before the time runs out. Because if the time runs out, or we, like, anything that just to otherwise fail these end-of-stage bosses, that counts as not clearing that stage's difficulty level, and you do not get access to the next one. To be fair to the AH-64D Apache, it actually is armored enough to tank 2 to 4 missiles. Well, there you go. Accuracy in design, I suppose. We saved the hostages after we shot up the hell out of their fucking villa just to get rid of these terrorists. You see him blind luck. Alright. The accuracy rate was not that good. Event clear. Like, that'll eventually be bigger. And then it's basically always 10,000 every time for, like, enemy neutralized. You know, that's just like if you just manage to, like, get through to the end. And 2 more missions after this.
Mission 2.
This level's fucking nuts. Mostly for the end cutscene. You'll appreciate it when we get there. So yeah, with like the sort of contextual scenes introduced in Confidential Mission, they get their, like, end degree, logical end degree in this game. I'll show you this. One record instance of a tank shooting down a plane while the plane was setting up for an attack run. Oh, that's neat. But the other thing this game has that is, like, a further, like, refinement of, like, the AM2 school, design school of light gun games is the scoring. World War II. Well, damn. Okay. Yeah, so at least what I could describe with the scoring system before we actually get into a real score run with this game is that is like you've seen like all like those sort of like bonus pop-ups whenever I like shoot at enemies. Like, that is an important part to, like, scoring well in this game. Especially, like, even outside of score, it's a good thing to do because of that little GS meter that you see right there. Like, right below the health, because every time that fills up, that is how we, like, get access to, like, you know, in the case of this weapon, we get an extra 50 bullets for our full auto. Oh my god. It's fucking up on the button press. Those are kind of impressive. I will at least give it that. But yeah, good shot, as you might imagine, based on, you know, like, where I shoot when it triggers. That's a headshot. The derpiest action movie takedown. Oh man, wait till you see some of the later ones though. They're fucking hilarious. But yeah, good shot, it's basically a headshot if you get it. Quick shot is you kill the enemy within a specific time frame of when they first spawn in, when they're actually able to be killed.
Drop your weapon.
And then there's additional stuff like you saw earlier on one of the enemies, I got 2 body 1 head, which is technically like an error. It's like a bug in the files, because that's supposed to be 2 body. What it is a special score bonus for shooting an enemy in the torso without the bullet hitting anything else, like arms. And like, that's the first part of it. And 2 body 1 head, what it's actually supposed to be is you follow that up immediately with a headshot, and that's worth an insane amount of points. It is ridiculously hard, and I've never really been able to pull that off. 2 body shots I've only managed on, like, specific instances where, like, the enemy is in the best position for it, like kind of at that stairwell. The Mozambique drill. Oh yeah, and of course, like, there are naturally enemies that show up on screen who are like blink and you'll miss it, and like killing them is how you get medals, which they give an increase to your GS meter as well as extra points, so they're always good to go for. But there is one more score bonus that is not available to us right now because it requires specific weapons, and it's called the double down. What the double down is it's basically, oh nice, I actually got a 2 body that time. Awesome. I'll explain the last score bonus after this because this sequence is magical. GS being either good shot or ghost squad, depending on how tongue-in-cheek you are. It's clearly ghost squad in this case. This is always tense, so I'm just gonna shut up for this. I could have shot him earlier, but I've missed before, and I hate every time I miss. I don't care that I lose out on extra points for waiting until the last 3 seconds. Like, there are other ways to make up points when you're going for score runs.
The operation was a success. Well done.
Yep. You can always expect our 2-player characters to do that fist bump.
Are you all right, Mr. President? You saved my life again. Thank you.
You get high-fived by the fucking United States President.
This is safe. The mastermind, Simone, is dead. We have casualties among the hostages.
This game knows exactly what it needs to be, what it wants to be, and it fucking delivers. Oh, I fucking love this game. All right.
Choose your mission.
Somewhat better on the accuracy, but not by much. Oh yeah, and right, getting back to what I was talking about, the double down. What that is like that's a score bonus you get if you manage to hit more than one enemy with the same bullet, which means it requires you to have a weapon where it's got a penetration stat to it. And that single score bonus by itself is the biggest, most important thing to scoring well in this game. Like, it makes a big difference in what, like, your final number is at the end of a game versus when you're doing it with, like, default starting guns like this. Or really, like, any machine gun, really. Like, machine gun and, well, no, most machine guns. There's, like, one exception. 2 exceptions, rather. And then there's also other stuff like an entire handgun class of weapon where their main thing is more like they have a dot sight, which is kind of pointless considering you already have a crosshair option for this since this is a pointer. But you can turn the crosshair off in the Wii version. The reason that they give you for why you might want to actually turn off the crosshair is because it gives you more points. It doesn't give you, I don't think it gives you, like, arcade accurate points, as it were. I think it's just something they threw in because they realized that, you know, aiming with the Wii remote is just not the same as, like, a light gun in an arcade. Even though, in the arcades, that game was not using traditional cathode ray timing for its light gun detection and calibration. It was straight up using LEDs even back then.
The enemy units have been eliminated.
Good job. Proceed with the mission.
So yeah, with like so with all the stuff with like quick shots and good shots I'm getting, imagine managing to like get even more bonuses on top of that by getting double downs because you know an enemy is going to spawn in, but he's still behind cover, 2 of them maybe, and you're just going to like kill them both before they even see you, and before you can even see them. You know, like in good old arcade fashion, it is absolutely a game where it is rewarding you for, like, memorization and understanding of how the game works. And, like, it also manages to just avoid a lot of problems that typically crop up in other light gun shooters when it comes to their scoring systems.
We found Dr. McCoy alive.
Because for how fast these games are, like, the fun of it should be you kill all the enemies before they even have a chance to hit you. You know, that's the fun of it. But, like, scoring well in some games, like some of the Time Crisis or House of the Dead, requires, like, actively milking for points out of enemies and objects. Here, it's more like, it is, like, the theoretical, like, max score possible would essentially come from just non-stop getting those score bonuses because they vastly outstrip the, they vastly outpace the benefits that come from, like, getting 3-shot bursts. Because you can, if you wanted to, you could just shoot every enemy 3 times and each hit would count as, like, a different amount of points. But that's boring and very rigid. At least with, like, the double down, what makes it great is that, you know, on, like, a bunch of micro strategies for, like, a per encounter basis. I think I described that as much even when I was, like, going through Umbrella Chronicles, where I was just kind of getting fed up with what that game had. So that is, like, you can do things with, like, how you hit enemies to get them into their death animation and stagger it for the purpose of getting other enemies to, like, run in front of them or behind so you get, like, a better opportunity for double downs. And if you time that as well with, like, good, like, quick shot and good shot bonuses, oh, fuck off! No! Ugh. Don't worry, you'll see it properly next time. I'm doing, like, at least 3 more playthroughs. 2, I meant. 3, well, I don't know. Maybe additional 3 after this will go a lot better if, you know, as long as I'm skipping all the cutscenes, so that means it'll go faster. Yeah, just the thing that always gets me with those is, like, I get way too hasty trying to make sure that I can, like, hit the button when I think it's in the crosshair. But if it counts it as a miss, it's like you can't immediately press it again, even if it's inside the target crosshair. So it's like you have to wait like half a second or something.
Find the enemies. The mine will explode when the time becomes 0.
All right. Yep, this is totally how mine defusal works. Also, that specific crosshair, the way it looks, that actually indicates like that you have the dot sight equipped. Which, and if we had like the actual like aim reticule off, you would get a for real dot sight right in the center, which makes it accurate to how it would be in the arcades. Okay. It's not looking too good, the fact that, like, I've got 1 hit point left, but I know this game well enough that I should be able to, like, I don't know. I'd like to think that I would be able to 1cc this. Because I am on mission difficulty 1. It's supposed to be the fucking easiest that it gets. Fucking son of a bitch, right as I was saying it, I jinxed myself. Yeah, that is a good detail, yeah. Front towards enemy, like they did actually mark that. God damn, man. Me and my fucking mouth. Oh yeah, that's right, that's actually definitely one situation where I should be focusing on, like, proper double down. Like when those two come out of that tree in that particular angle.
We made it out of the forest. McCoy has no injuries.
Okay. Final stretch of mission 3. Yep, got us a little boat chase.
Can't this go any faster? Enemy on the left.
He is, yeah. And his voice is especially goofy.
From above.
Okay. Oh damn, I'm almost out of full auto. Nice, good shot. So here's actually one thing that is worth pointing out with like the voice acting in this game, especially with McCoy's voice.
Yes.
Is that there are at least 2 voice actors I can recognize in this game that have also had a role in Metal Wolf Chaos. I shit you not, that is actually true, because McCoy is voiced by the same dude that plays Peter McDonald, the DNN news reporter who's constantly like running a smear campaign against Metal Wolf throughout most of the game. And then like the various like voice lines you hear from the enemy terrorists, that is the voice of Richard Hawk. The newsie that you can shoot down in every level. Yeah, every level he shows up in, you can hit it. You got a powerful enough railgun, you can make him go down real fast.
Unless you break down the armor, I will give you permission to use the grenades.
Alright. Now we're switching out to like a heavy belt-fed machine gun that also has a grenade launcher. That makes sense. Okay. There is some good catharsis that comes out of using this particular weapon, I gotta say. Both for like just having a moment with a weapon where you can go completely unhinged with like the full auto, and also lob grenades when you want. But it's most important for this fucking boss right here. Which I think early on when I used to play this game, I think this was actually the hardest one for me to get right. Because with this boss against Dingo, you know, like, his distance behind you does change, and your grenade does have an arc. So, like, on higher mission difficulties, missing any grenade when trying to take out his shield can be pretty fatal. He's a lot more manageable, obviously, once you get the shield taken care of, because you don't have to worry about grenades as much after that point. It's just dumping machine gun rounds until he keels over.
Reached the rendezvous point. Mr. Steve McCoy has been rescued safely.
Roger. Operation was a success. Well done.
And there we go. That's all 3 levels. All 3 missions of the game on level 1. Fucking hate that I failed that knife duel. God damn it. Ugh. But anyway, final score is just a bit over 400k, which is expected. You're very limited on just how many points you can reasonably get when you're working like with this kind of loadout. Not even gonna show off credits in this case. Congratulations, you completed the game. Right. Man, yeah, for whatever reason, that message never actually triggered for me when I did get to, like, level 99. Because I think what I was expecting was for me to have, like, been at level 99 at the start of the game. Oh, well. But those are all my scores. Literally... Fucking 36, I think it was, out of 50 ranks all have my name on it. I am not kidding when I said that I played this a shit ton in the past week. I wonder how complex that game gets with the 4-player mode. Huh? Yeah, like in party. I mean, presumably it's like, I don't know if complex is the right word. I do think broken would be the best way to describe it when it comes to like if you have all the weapons unlocked anyway, because there are some stupidly powerful shit that you can use. Which we're gonna switch over to some other stuff. So let's get some more costumes. Yeah, we could go full Rambo. Why not? As for weapons, like, there are other machine guns. This is a really good gun because this is what I was talking about, where it has a high penetration capability. But you also have this, which is a version of the belt-fed machine gun that we were using at the end of Mission 3. But it has an interesting gimmick. It's infinite ammo, but be careful of overheating. Oh, and this weapon, XMW-21, that's the weapon that we get for beating this game on, and getting level 99. You know, it's the final weapon unlock, which is basically, it has everything you would want except reload speed, because it takes a while. But then you got all these different pistols, which a good number of them have built-in dot sights. This one has penetration capability. You have the gun from Virtua Cop 3 and the gun from Virtua Cop 1, which it notes has a short reload time, just like that original game. Desert Eagle, yeah. You got 2 shotguns, which not really much different of notes. And then there's this shitty thing, this fucking crossbow, which we are definitely never going to use. And then we have sniper rifles, which every single one of the 4 available to us has a penetration capability. But I think we're gonna go with, like, this one. This game could use GoldenEye level mods. I feel like that would start to get into, like, I don't know, like with all like the scripting involved, that's kind of getting beyond like the, I guess, the range of like what you could reasonably expect out of a mod scene, because it would because you'd have to do more than just make the maps themselves. Anyway, let's get started.
Choose your
And we're gonna this time go to mission level 4. Right.
Mission 1.
There we go. And also skipping cutscenes because we saw them once before already. So mission level 4, we already got a few more options, like we could go around the outside instead of busting through the door.
Mission start.
You can see that meter, it fills up, like, the more we fire. So, you know, that's your incentive to do short bursts if possible. But also the other thing is that with, like, a good amount of, like, these weapons, the machine gun weapons in particular, is that the longer you hold down the button in full auto, you actually take a penalty to, like, your accuracy because you incur bullet spread. Like, you wouldn't play this on as Waluigi on slap mode. Fair. That tree is apparently a full solid object, and I cannot shoot through the leaves, which is bullshit. There we go. Not a single one got in.
Make an entry and clear the area.
What happened? We've got company. Come on out. What happened?
Nice, nice. I'm surprised by the amount of, like, 2 body shots that I'm getting. Not even with, like, intending for it.
Entrance.
So yeah, that's it. That's like an alternate route you want to go if you want to forego saving hostages or disabling a time bomb. Like, this is where, like, I'm obviously skipping over, you know, showing what it's like going from level to level. But, like, the incremental increase in difficulty is, like, a big thing about, like, why I love this game so much. Because it would have been so easy to just design this game like any other light gun shooter of the era. You know, it's like, you've got your levels, it's set in, like, the way that it's meant to. And, you know, just call it a day. Have it be hard so that it gets your money, so that the people in charge of the arcade are happy and they're making a profit. But with this, it's more like, no, I mean, look, it is more than easy to complete this game on mission level 1, barring the fact that I stupidly died and, like, forfeited the 1cc. But okay, and maybe if, like, in, like, having to put in an extra set of credits because you get a game over, that's not too much more money. And, like, in most other cases, you'd be like, well, I got my fill, right? No, the game constantly teases you with the notion that there are these other routes. Like, you get the mission results screen that shows all the different paths, including ones that, at the time, you don't even know exist yet. Like, they just have them in question marks. Oh my god, good.
Thanks, man. Bravo has safely made their entry. Well
And as those routes open up, you know, naturally you're also leveling up your character, which means you're getting more weapons that have interesting traits to them, like penetration, built-in dot sights, things like that. And then, of course, enemies actually getting harder, so that, you know, you're not getting hit immediately with what would be traditional arcade difficulty. You're actually getting the build-up to it.
Restaurant area clear.
Like, it is so hard to really state just how genius, like, Sega's arcade design, like, just on another level it was during the 2000s, considering that that was the period when, like, you know, arcades still had life in them in Japan and, like, mainland Asia, places around there, but, you know, it had basically all but died out in the West. Okay, that was a little bit better. I still missed one shot.
Been eliminated.
Oh yeah, we also got dudes now on level 4 that actually have riot shields, which are like, if you don't have a penetrating weapon, you're definitely going to have to, like, wait for them to, like, pop their head out. Better to miss one than 14 like last time. You're goddamn right. Okay. About the enemy and gain control. This is one of those segments where, because of the amount of enemies, it can get a bit tricky about managing, like, your, like, the heat gauge, because that's a lot of dudes you have to, shoot. Yeah, it's not too bad. The West just don't get the power of pachinko. The West don't get the power of people that are willing to, like, want to play games at any location that isn't their home. Which, admittedly, after the state of affairs that was the pandemic starting a few years ago, these days, I don't fucking blame them. I'm definitely one of those people now. But I sure as hell missed the times where I did get to go to, like, actual arcades when I was living in Washington. Just because there were arcades, game centers of nodes. Note that your enemies are using UMP-45 PDWs. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So yeah, first mission, not too much different. Mostly just, you know, different routes in, like, the entrance and the restaurant. Certainly better accuracy, but, like, it'll be so nice, like, once I do this playthrough and I go straight to mission level 8, because then you'll get to see, like, the stuff I do, as it relates to playing for score.
Mission 2.
God, but yeah, just, like, Sega arcade games from this time were so goddamn good. Like, this was one of them. Outrun 2 is especially immaculate. It's nice as well because, like, I actually have, I got Technoparrot running on my PC, which means I have the means to emulate, like more modern arcade games, and that includes stuff like the version of Outrun 2 SP that was put on the Sega Lindbergh.
Fail.
So yeah, that's what we gotta worry about. Like, hitting the button at the right time's not too bad because, well, like it moves slow enough as is that, like, it's whatever. Yeah, oh, you have to naturally worry about it a lot more on the higher mission levels because it moves so freaking fast. It is extremely easy to get it close to danger instead of as far away from. Alright. And pay good attention as well to like when and where I am shooting. Because even though like my weapon isn't equipped for it right now, you're seeing just how much like my score attack like strategies have burned into my memory. You think those potatoes would hurt the squad assault weapons going up 10 feet away? You'd think. It's selective hearing. Like, fuck it. Whatever. Seriously, I'm fucking missing my penetrating shots so much right now. Alright, let's actually not screw this up. I'm gonna focus. Oh my god.
We don't have much time. Hurry!
There we go. That said, there is actually one other thing I can think of to bring up as far as it relating to my current light gun game addiction. You know, playing this, trying to get into Umbrella Chronicles and being fed up and like messing around with stuff like House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn and Time Crisis 5 on PC. And I have added a new thing to mess around with to like that list. In that a couple days ago, I just went on impulse and bought a PlayStation Move controller and camera for my PS3. Thermovision is always better in this case. I'll just say it straight up. Is it though? Because I don't know, like all I recall from Darkside was like seeing like one bit of footage from like I think it was a boss fight against Mr. X. And the sort of shaky cam that was going on in that was I think even more insane than it was in Umbrella Chronicles. So I'm still not that convinced that it's like that much better, if like dramatically so. I think it's just more the sort of thing where it's like kind of no matter what, those are light gun games made by people that don't really understand how to make light gun games. That's just kind of how it is. Wait, hold on. I think I just realized I actually went this way before on mission level 1. Ah, fuck. Who cares? Going through the right door isn't too much different. What happens is that the ship, is that Air Force One gets hit with a bit of turbulence, and that causes, like, objects in this little room to get shifted around. But yeah, I got a PlayStation Move controller now, which means I have a way to play like that home version of House of the Dead 4, which that's a great game. You know, it's the game that Umbrella Chronicles clearly was not able to pull enough from in order to make it a good game. Alright, let's get this shot. Good. Not taking any risks with that as always. But also, especially because, like, I mentioned at the very start of the stream, the fact that it was a game that got initially ported and put all those latter-day light gun and gyroscope components of the Super Scope bazooka shell, and I'll be happy. Yeah, that is funny with, like, the fucking death animations in this game. Like, barring even, you know, the fact that Lamar is... Lacard Zamone is literally screaming after you shot him in the head, where a bullet to the brain should have shut him up for good. but yeah, that's always, like, a fun part about going through these games is... By their design is, like, just having enemies die in a way where it's them slumping over like ragdolls is not fun. Like if you're making a light gun shooter and your enemies are just ragdolling upon death, you are doing things wrong. So here's a different way to go through the enemy base. Go. Good shot and quick shot at the same time. That's always good. Even the stuff with the medals, like that is something that I still greatly appreciate. How it's like, even when it's those blink and you miss it kind of things that you could get, those sort of targets. Or really just anything that holds a medal. Oh wait, QTE. This is a good one if it works. Let's see. Just send that dude flying out the door, punch the other in the dick, and then slam his back into the floor. That is some goddamn wrestling shit. So here's a little interesting detail about when you get to that three-way choice, how it works. If you don't want to deal with like any of the other huts where there are enemies, just look for the hut that has smoke coming out of it, and that's where Mr. McCoy is. Congratulations, you found the way to like speedrun this game quickly, if you want to. Even though this game is already mighty fast as it is. Oh yeah, an important thing to note as well, like when I say that you can milk for 3 hits out of an enemy. That is only true if you don't get a good shot. You know, if you shoot them in the head, that's basically you cashed out that enemy. And I think the way it works out is that the point values on good shots barely eke out the amount of points you get if you were to just do regular like 3-shot kills. Like no kidding, there's a lot of thought put into this fucking scoring system. Anyway, I think I realized going this way that because I still did mission 1 at the start. There's a segment coming up involving the other Ghost Squad members that I am pretty sure I will end up failing no matter what, because their health from the end of the fight with Alex Havoc still carries over. So that'll be fun. There we go. Still haven't let these bastards hit me. But E markers are definitely something that like happen a lot more frequently at this stage. And they only get faster and more ridiculous the higher mission level you go. Like in 16, it is so damn hard to avoid getting hit whatsoever. It's for that reason why it's like the best difficulty to go about doing score runs is on mission level 8. because that gives you the most amount of options. It basically covers every single, like, part of a route that is best to tackle for score. And it has it balanced in a way where it's like, you know, like the E marker shit is not as frequent and punishing. Okay, they're fine, but I worry about the other two, especially since they died, and I think they only respawn with minimal health. Oh wait, no, they actually did get all their health back. This worked out. Okay, never mind. I actually did succeed. Even though one of them technically died, but that's fine. It's like if one group of the two is completely wiped out, then that basically means you failed the mission entirely. Just one casualty, that was enough margin for error. Anyway, we're never gonna have to go through those ruins again.
Backup troops are on their way.
Can't this go any faster?
Okay, good. Jesus, yeah, this is, I would say, where I gotta be really fucking careful with, like, how I spend my shots. Ah, damn it. The seat blocked it. Okay.
Enemy shooting from above!
This is real risky, and I absolutely just do not want... Ah, fuck. Whatever. I got body armor, it's fine. You know, we're not going to blow up the helicopter. We are instead just going to... Oh, fuck. Never mind. God damn it, I did not want it to overheat like that. But let's just kill all the enemies in these fucking helicopter clown cars. Because that's what they are. You see how many of those fucking dudes they stuffed in there? It is absolutely stupid, and I love it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. During any sequence where the action button isn't used for something important, you can just press it and your character will just say random shit. For no reason. It's funny. It honestly reminds me of like the 4 different taunts that you could do in Metal Wolf Chaos with like the D-pad. That shit was so dumb. Hueys could have up to 4 people on each side sitting on open rails and another 4 inside the cabin as discovered in Vietnam. Wait, for real? Still, regardless of like the feasibility of it, it certainly looks ridiculous in the context of this being a the 50-cent blood on the sand curse button. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no. Fuck, I thought I reloaded. Damn it. Ah, whatever. Yeah, I'm glad my assessment on them basically being clown cars was not too off. Like, it's still fucking silly, all things considered. There we go. Now let's finish off Dingo. There we go. Ah, fuck, whatever. Still not a 1cc, but I don't care. the game doesn't erase your score every time you have to use a continue, so I'm grateful for that. Ugh. Mortis! So there we go. Just not over the 500k threshold. But that's whatever. There. Ugh. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's 39 recorded placements on the top 50 leaderboard. It's wild to think that compared to all the other arcade games I played with, like, home versions or whatever, I've never played them to the point that, like, most, if not every single spot on, like, their in-game ranking is just filled with my score and my names. Mostly because, like, none of them have anything like this game does with, like, its level upgrade system. You know, everything in its design is set in stone, that it's like, yeah, it's whatever. Like, I could just reset the game data if I want to, whenever, and it'd be no problem. Anyway, let's go with the Virtua Cop 3 outfit. And let's actually play this with the gun I like to use. This is where you turn Ghost Squad into a game where you're fucking playing for keeps. And it also starts by doing what I'm going to do here. I am actually going to be playing the missions in a different order.
Mission 2.
That order does not have any consequence on the story. It's entirely because, well, I mean, you already know how, like, the final section of this mission goes.
We'll go.
It's better to, like, get the chance of failing this one out of the way as soon as possible, rather than saving it for the middle or end. Damn it, I didn't get a 2 body on that. Oh my god, that's close. There's those double downs I was talking about. Alright. Yeah, the double downs. Get ready to see a lot of those. And also probably a lot less me talking from here on, because this is where I gotta focus. It's a real dirty place to hold a hostage, I gotta say. Especially with this weapon's hitbox, I should add. Like, you gotta aim for a very specific spot between the legs, so that it just kills the dude holding him hostage and not the actual hostage.
The cockpit is under control. We'll search for the president.
There we go. Oh, fuck off. I missed the dude with the medal. Okay. Yeah, with all these score bonuses, especially afforded by Double Down, it's like you fill up your GS meter incredibly fast with this. There we go. So now we actually get to show off some proper hostage rescuing. You'll see how this works.
Hands in the air.
Again, this is how the Ghost Squad handles things when it comes to innocents. We don't get them off the premises. We just tell them to stay down and, like, handcuffed.
Hands in the air.
And you could also hold down the action button for the entirety of this. And and like when the crosshair just immediately goes over them, it'll it'll activate the handcuff process immediately.
Get down! Stop it!
Also, their voices are just so doofy.
Don't move! I'm not a terrorist! Freeze! Help me!
And it's the same voice every time for every single one of these male hostages.
Proceed with the mission.
Oh yeah, and our special bonus for filling the GS meter each time is that we get a 3-shot burst mode. How does it feel to be a cop? Whatever. I played Virtua Cop before. The only good cop is a Virtua Cop, I'm gonna say. Oh, damn it. I always fuck up and I'm never able to consistently, if ever, get, like, the double penetration that you can... The double down that you can get through those, like, through those passenger seats. For whatever reason. There's a way to do it, but I'm so bad at getting it. Yeah, see, just look at that. Could be worse. Playing a Gears of War playthrough not long ago, and half the boys were John DiMaggio. I mean, the worst thing that could probably be having to actually play Gears of War. Hey-oh! Oh, damn it! As I made that joke, that caused me to fucking miss another medal. God damn it! Oh well. Definitely not the best scoring run possible, but who cares? Like, this is... Most of the strategies I'm nailing. It was multiplayer, it was fine. Okay. It's a different context. By my shiny light gun ass. Okay. Still, at least as far as where I usually end up in terms of points, this is about on track. Bender probably would be an Asher Pro. That wouldn't surprise me. Alright, time to really focus because now the view is pulled out even more. Oh, fuck off!
Don't you know how
No! God damn it. This is what I was talking about. Because normally if I was to do, like, a for real fucking, like, score run, like, this would be where I just, like, quit the playthrough and start over. Oh, man. That shit is so hard and tense. And I basically miss out on an additional 20,000.
Choose your mission.
But whatever, we just keep moving.
Mission 1.
Yeah, I definitely think after this level 8 run, I'm gonna call it for tonight. 'Cause I almost wanted to show off, like, a level 16 run. But like, again, this game is intense. Thank you for that, Cell. Oh my god, now I'm on tilt. I was missing so many shots there. What the hell's wrong with me? Okay. Here you go this way because I most like this for, like, points. As well as filling up my GS meter. Okay. Yes, I know how to save hostages. This is exactly the same, like, voice line and instruction every time one of these sections comes up. But yeah, let's try and do the rest of the villa properly. Also, very important to note, because we are using a weapon with a high penetration stat, it is obviously a bad idea to shoot at an enemy if a hostage is directly behind them. Because the hostage will die. It'll be bad for you. It'll look bad on your record. Okay.
Entrance clear.
Gather up.
If hostages did want to get shot, they would do less getting in the line of fire. Yeah. But that's every, like, non-combatant in a light gun shooter. They're always this fucking stupid. No matter what. It only looks bad if you follow the Geneva Convention. I'm pretty sure the Ghost Squad explicitly don't, since they are not, like, beholden to any one government. And are designed... And like they said, we are the Ghost Squad. Don't leave any traces behind, even though we are literally leaving bullet holes that are floating in midair. I saw it. Those decals were not applied to the wall. They are still floating. Like, no trace my fucking ass.
I'm over here.
Okay. Geneva Convention. Who's the guest speaker? And is there a mini painting competition? Jesus Christ. Okay. Very nice. I do like this section a lot because of just how non-stop shooting it is the whole way. And it's one of those great opportunities for getting a lot of double downs. Post SMG bullet capsules.
Restaurant area.
All right. Another snipe sequence.
Reload.
Finally, an excellent.
The enemy units have been eliminated.
Oh my god. There we go.
Searching all rooms.
Now for another hard one, which is we have to rescue hostages while shooting even more enemies.
Hands in the air. Hands in the air. Don't point the gun at me.
Damn, man. Oh. For the record, with this particular section, I don't think it's possible to, like, adequately, like, handcuff every enemy in time. At least not without taking an insane amount of hits. Especially when some of the positions they pop out in are absolute dicks. But whatever. 14 is basically like the number you want to aim for if you want to get an excellent. Oh, and if you end up shooting even one by accident, despite succeeding, you only get an okay. So don't fuck up. All right. Also, even if this one gun did not have the penetration that it did, just the sheer attack power is murdering innocents. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely the wrong message. Ah, damn. Fuck. Okay. But yeah, it's just like, this gun is so powerful as is that even like the armored enemies are like, even they can't really stand more than one shot of it. That's what makes it so good. I thought I reloaded. What the hell? Okay, whatever. At least there's only one more stage after this. Actually, you know, I just realized something that, like, after this playthrough, it won't be another full run of the game, but I will start up another run just long enough to show what the game is like on any of these missions at difficulty level 16. Because I do feel it needs to be seen to be believed. Because it is that insane. Oh, good. The penetration actually managed to, like, hit where there was a small med kit on the other side. Thank God. All right, now here's a neat sniper sequence, especially if it works correctly. What I'm going to do. Watch me get into 2 shots. I didn't get into 2 shots. You fuck. Fuck off. I'm just gonna shut up. That was terrible. No, like, cause like what you're supposed to do on that is shoot the one on the left and then get the right opportunity where the other 2 on the right are freaked out that they overlap. Oh, well. Yeah, don't shoot them. Fucking asshole. That's actually the worst room to get. I think worse than getting Mr. McCoy by himself, because that is the one part of the game where like the enemy placement is randomized. Sometimes there are like 2 innocents that you have to avoid hitting. In that case, there was only 1. So I was expecting a second to pop up, but instead I got a knife guy. Damn it. Yeah, some of those were just, those E markers were real fast to react to. Okay. Alright, that worked. Now let's move into the jungle, and this time let's also try to avoid screwing up this particular sequence, because I want to show this when it succeeds. There we go. The most bloodless knife, like, throat cut ever. It is so silly. Okay. Let's keep moving. Also, I think I remember there is actually like another path divergence that is unlocked at this point that isn't good to go for like actual score runs, but whatever. I've already screwed up the end of mission 2, so we're going to take this route instead of removing the mines again. Again, this is to give as good of like a comprehensive demonstration of how this game is, like the ways it can diverge.
Enemy pursuit. Alpha. Wipe out. Enemy pursuit troop at point D.
Alright, so yeah, it's this bit again. It's no big deal. Oh no! Fuck off! I am falling apart tonight. Holy shit. That was terrible. Like, oh. Literally hitting right on the dot.
I'm over here.
Oh man, I missed that. Shit.
Take this. Die.
Ah, fuck it. That said, though, this is still ultimately going to be like a run where the score is so much better than most people would ever hope to get their first time going to mission level 8.
Can't this go any faster?
Okay.
On the left. Enemy shooting from above.
Damn it. Ah, fuck. Well, you at least got to see how much, like, high penetration sniper rifle like this can delete one of those, like, one of those helicopters. Really easy. Including that. Oh, man. I don't even need to aim at them. I can literally just aim at the boat and just, like, and just kill them in the legs. Alright.
Behind.
Man. You know what's a great minor thing this game does that contributes to why its scoring system is practically perfect? You don't get points for every time you shoot down something like a grenade that's being tossed at you. You know? They realize they realized early on that is something that is very easy to milk for points, and so they just nipped that in the bud completely. Rightfully so. And this part, you know, there's a few more enemies in spots, but it is still, well, like, pretty manageable. Like, I can't think of a time where, like, I've actually failed this particular bit. If the point system was perfect, you get extra for shooting the hostages. That's not true. Fuck.
Reload. Reload.
Okay, good. Yeah. I always get that sudden pang of nervousness every time I miss a grenade when his shield is still up. Because it's like, oh fuck, I just missed an entire third of damage I could have dealt to him. But then it's like smooth sailing once it's gone and you can just machine gun him to death. Hate that I failed that many of all things. And like my event clear bonus as a result is so shit. Like, fucking sub 700. Like, I know I could do better than that. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, well, at least, yeah, that's 40 placements out of 50. Jeez, and that run only got me at, like, 16. The vast majority of my fucking scoring runs were all when I was at general rank. Thanks for the hydrate, Sal. Alright. So as promised, the last thing I am going to do, I'm going to play through only one of these levels at difficulty 16, but I'm going to do it with the costume and weapon that you unlock for achieving martial rank, which is level 99. And we're turning the reticule off for this. It ultimately makes little difference considering that this gun we have has the dot sight built in.
Choose your mission. Mission 1.
So let's go back to the Grand Villa.
Currently at the Grand Villa.
Mission start.
What happened?
Yeah, see that little dot?
We've got company.
Yeah, so far it doesn't seem too bad. Like, most of, like, my knowledge is on point. But let's show you that time bomb. Let's see how much, let's see how much time that actually gives you. Because I can guarantee you it is pitiful. Yeah, every single one of those enemies had an E marker. They are out for blood. Red, blue, yellow. What's the order as well? Oh shit, okay. So, right, left, middle.
You have only one chance. Choose carefully.
Yeah, still got it, but not an excellent.
The bomb
It's fucking fast what it expects out of you. Also, I will say, my habit of reloading after every group of enemies is something that, like, is designed to bite you in the ass with this weapon. Because, like, the reload takes a long time. Like, if you see the belt of bullets continuing to move, that means you cannot fire yet.
The enemies are still around.
Get down.
I'm over here.
And oh yeah, and our GS meter reward is we get a grenade. It has a grenade launcher. It is the only weapon that you could select as like a main weapon where that is applicable. Oh, god damn it.
Entrance clear.
Could you have at least moved, dude? Whatever.
Enemies are everywhere.
Gather up.
But yeah, with like how the points currently look,
Charge.
Jimmy had it going. Fucking asshole. Yeah, see, like, look, that type of situation right there, super hard to react to properly. I know I'm making this look like it's not that bad because I've been playing this game for over a fucking week straight. But trust me, it is insanely difficult. Like, this is the kind of difficulty you would expect this game to have by default if this was all it had when it was in the arcades. Like, this is the fuck you, give me money difficulty. This is what it is. The only way you're not going to give him money all the time is if you just become a master at the game and memorize where everything is and know where to fire and all that. Ah, damn it. Again, my habitual reloading is killing me. Like, I especially should not be trying to do this because, I mean, for fuck's sake, look at the size of my magazine. Like, the amount of bullets I have in it goes off the screen. I have a high cap magazine attached as well, which means I have a maximum of 200. Oh my god. Damn it, and Yep, that was a failure.
Took too long. We have casualties. Join the others.
That is like the best room to go for if you're trying to get a high score. But the higher up in mission difficulty you go, naturally it's going to cause problems because of, you know, trying to get all those double downs or not shooting enemies fast enough as they appear, which then means, yeah, you're gonna fail. Finally, I actually got that double down. That's actually what that was on enemies 4 and 5 that I was actively trying to aim for. Anyway, here's something different. This is actually one of those routes that only unlocks even past mission level 8. It's not that advantageous for score, but whatever, it's different. Yeah, so you're basically, acting as a diversion. Fuck you, I did not shoot you, what the hell? Yeah, seriously, two dudes at once with E markers at the same time.
I'm over here.
Those are reflexes that even I cannot get on a good day. There are certainly other people that can, like Kaz gun shooting. That dude is a fucking legend. If you never heard of it, look up on YouTube Kaz gun shooting, K-A-Z. He's like a Japanese person whose like specialty is like doing like playthroughs of light gun games, and he is fucking fantastic at it. That dude apparently, according to him, what he said is that he's been playing games like these since he was like 4 or 5. And he's like 5 years younger than me as well, I should add. That's like the messed up part. So it's like, well, I guess kind of expected. I am an old man after all. That's just how it is.
Havoc is escaping. Bring him down with the missile launcher. Bravo and Charlie are under attack. Hurry.
Reload.
Kelly.
Reload.
Mirror in charge.
Reload.
Oh my god. Child soldiers, man. Shakes head sadly. Well, I don't think he calls himself that because it's in reference to that Kaz. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. You're referring to the fact that he mentions he's been playing these games since he was a wee fucking child. Well, yeah, that too. I mean, whatever. You get them started young. That's how it goes.
Alex Havoc is dead. However, we have rescued the president and the leaders safely. The operation was a success. Well done.
And I'm pretty sure all the other operations that I could show on this mission difficulty are going to go way worse than this. So, you know what? I say that is the perfect place to stop this demonstration of Ghost Squad. 30,000 bonus for enemy neutralized. Jesus, yeah. That's a lot.
Choose your mission.
But for real, this is... I hope that at least this stream has imparted, you know, with visual proof why I fucking love this game so much among other light gun shooters. You know, there's definitely, like, plenty of House of the Deads and Time Crisis that I enjoy playing as well as some other weird stuff off to the side, like Silent Scope and the like, but man, you cannot beat this game. You just can't. You just can't. Shut down all light gun games after 2004 because AM2 shows we don't need them anymore. We just need this. Oh, man. It is still ultimately a shame that, like, the only criticism I can levy against this particular release is that it's not able to run at 60 FPS. You know, even though, like this game originally was made on the Chihiro board, which was a Sega arcade board that was modeled specifically after the original Xbox. It had like double the memory, but the other components were more or less the same, so that it would be fairly straightforward for porting. I don't know what this says about the Wii, that I guess ultimately the Wii/GameCube architecture was not more powerful than the Xbox. So whatever. Because seriously, if they had made an Xbox port of this, you bet your ass they would have made this able to run at 60 FPS. Like, porting teams for those Sega games on Xbox worked their asses off to make sure that they worked within, like, the limited memory that the system had.
Ghost Squad.
Oh, well. We'll never get anything quite as good as this again. Or most anything like light gun shooters ever again. I mean, I guess the most that we got anything new on that front lately was a fucking remake of House of the Dead 1. But the problem I have with that is that it's unfortunately made by the people that did the Panzer Dragoon remake, which means that those people completely do not understand the visual or audio style that, like, those original games have and completely fuck it up. But even some stuff I've seen with that House of the Dead remake, some of the stuff that they add just for the hell of it, like being able to, like, have different weapons and switch between them, fucking breaks that game, man. And the original rumor was that it was going to be like that they would be remaking not only that game but House of the Dead 2, which I fucking worry for that one, let me tell you. All right. Enough dooming about all this shit. Thanks again, everyone that decided to, like, stop by and watch this.
Ghost Squad.
Definitely appreciate it, considering I really was contemplating, like, how much I wanted to maybe finish Umbrella Chronicles and then have the end of that stream be a bit of Ghost Squad as, like, a palate cleanser. But I realized, no. Just because just one playthrough of Ghost Squad isn't enough to really demonstrate to people what it is that makes it so amazing. Like, I needed to have enough time to dedicate at least 3 runs so that it was clear why that is. And I think I did a good enough job, you know, aside from the moments where I clearly jinxed myself and, like, fucked up on key sequences. Alright, well, good night, everyone.
Squad.
See you next time, especially as tomorrow morning we'll be returning to Year of the Mecha with Custom Robo. Take care now.